All right, first one comes from Charity Brackey on Facebook. My 11-year-old twin nephews have been abandoned by their parents since they were babies. Their dad is my brother. I take care of them remotely through my cousin, whom they live with. Is there a way I can petition for them?
Yeah, if they're in another country, you would do an orphan petition. So if they've been abandoned, you have to have the parents stripped of their parental rights. How you would do that is the cousin who they're living with would go in and become their legal guardian without consent of the parents. And then at the same time, do what's called a pre-adoption in the United States of America. You would have to hire a social worker to come to your home, make sure you have a nice, clean home. You're not sexual predators. These children have a nice place to live. You then submit proof to a local state judge that you've had the social worker evaluations, and you ask a judge, here's all my documents. Will you sign an adoption when these children come to America? And the judge will give you what's called a pre-adoption. With that pre-adoption and stripping of the parental rights in that home country, because now this child is an orphan because they have no parents. Their parents have been stripped of parental rights because your cousin went in for guardianship. You have a pre-adoption in America. You can now file an orphan petition because you have a judge who will sign an adoption, and you have orphan children, and you bring the orphan children with green cards to America and complete the adoption here in America. So there is a process. It takes about a year.
Lisa Flammable Hearts Kelsey on Facebook. Can my job file for me? I've been working with them for more than 5 years.
Yes, but if you are out of status, the only way that you will ultimately be able to get a green card is if you're entitled to a provisional waiver or a 245I. So before your job sponsors you, you got to think through towards the end. Okay, I did a job sponsorship. I'm all approved. Where am I going to get my green card? Can I adjust my status here in America? If I'm out of status, then you need 245I in order to adjust. Or can I go home without a 10-year bar? But if you go home, the only way to go home without a 10-year bar is to be eligible for a provisional waiver. So all of this has to be thought of in advance before you start a job sponsorship. So in certain circumstances, yes. In other circumstances.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.